mercy. Hello my YouTubers. Today is July 31st, 2022. As most of you know, I love spicy food. That's why I like Jamaican. The best meals in Jamaican cuisine. The first one that I really love that I'm going to make for you later on is going to be Jamaican patties. And then today I'm going to make jerk chicken, oven style, because they do it back in Jamaica in the drums, but here we don't have the drums. And I want to make 2 chickens oven baked, and the 4th one is oxtail, Jamaican style. Now all these recipes come from Daddy's Kitchen. They have a channel on YouTube. His daughter records the father while he cooks. She narrates the cooking, and the mom cooks as well. It's a beautiful family. They cook really well. They live up in Canada. So please check out their channel, Daddy's Kitchen. You won't regret it. He's got a lot of recipes. Okay, first thing we're gonna do to start this jerk chicken, we have to wash it real good with water and vinegar. I'm gonna cut it up in small pieces later on. Now you must wash your chicken or your meat with water and vinegar, like Eddie's Kitchen. Then I'm going to put some vinegar. Especially with chicken, you need to do this. Wash it real good. And then after you wash it, what you have to do is you have to dry the meat, because when you put the dry spices, you need to put them with the meat dry, because the water is the biggest enemy when it comes to adding dry spices. That way they will stick better. So I'll soak it in here for a little while, and then I'm going to cut them in small pieces. Okay, now I'm going to cut up the chicken and clean it. Get rid of all the fat. Like this. Break it like in between. Get rid of the excess fat. The butt. I'm going to leave the skin, because when you do jerk chicken, it's good to leave the skin. And I get rid of all this fat. Excess fat is not necessary. And inside here, see, all this, clean it real well. So you have a nice, clean piece of chicken. And then this part of the leg, you can cut it in half. So I'm going to continue to do all this, and when I'm done, I'll be back with you. I'm going to use this meat cleaver instead to cut the chicken. Go right through the bone. It's much better. Give it one hit. Straight. It works much better. Now if you want to do an extra cut on the drumstick, You could cut the bone right here. It'll be a fancier cut. See? Dry the dish where I'm going to season the chicken. Then we're going to dry the chicken pieces with a paper towel. Absorb all this excess water because this will help with the dry seasoning. It'll stick better. I learned this from the first chef that I was following on YouTube when I started my videos. It says water is the biggest enemy of your meat when it comes to dry seasoning because it will not stick to the skin. So you could go that extra step. I dried up all my chicken. The next thing you have to do is any time you cut chicken or meat, you have to wash the boards really good with soap and water, especially with chicken. It's very important to wash it with hot water and soap. Chicken is all dry, and now I'm going to show you how to prepare all the ingredients we're going to add. We're going to blend it in the blender, and then we're going to season the chicken. And what I do is I put it away for 8 hours in the refrigerator, and it'll absorb much better than just to do it 2 or 3 hours. One ingredient that I did not buy was the Scotch bonnet pepper, which is a small pepper, but it's very spicy. So since I already prepared this before I'm recording this video, I just wanted to prepare everything without it because I know it's very spicy, but it does require a Scotch bonnet pepper. And then he had allspice, and they live in Canada. So everywhere you go is like different ingredients, different stores. Here I found like allspice, pimento. He uses this. We're going to put all this in the mixer. A handful because this is like 2 pounds of chicken. And then for the dry spice, he bought allspice. It's a bigger jar, but I found this two that are powder, but one of them have more ingredients than the other, so I figure I'll add half and half. It's the combo and all-purpose spice. And then you need ginger. I'm going to cut this up later on and I'll show you. You need garlic. You need scallions or green onions. Yellow onion. And thyme. Okay, we're going to add a handful of pimento seeds. This is what gives it a wonderful flavor and aroma. We're going to add thyme. Add a whole head of garlic. Scallions. Half of a yellow onion, a piece of ginger. The way to peel it, you grab a spoon and you scrape it. You scrape the skin off. Some people could throw it in there with the skin on, it's up to you. I usually scrape it like this. To me, the more spices you put on a meal, the better. Now remember guys, the only thing I'm not blending in here in the mixer is the Scotch bonnet pepper. So then to mix this up, you have to add 4 tablespoons of vinegar. And then blend. So you can add the rest of the ingredients. Ready to blend. I have to push it in a little bit. I added 4 more tablespoons of vinegar because it was too dry. So now this is ready. It smells delicious. I love it. I added the other half of the onion. I added more thyme, and I'm going to add more scallions. I'm going to add nutmeg to this mix, to the blend. I'm going to pour it in this bowl. Now to the mixture, I'm going to add the spices that I show you, the dry rub spices, some of it. And then we're going to put some on the chicken. And mix it all up. So we could cover it up and put it in the fridge. Here's the dry spices. Half and half. With clean hands, mix well. Add the mix. We could rub everything and put it in the fridge covered. I'm going to leave it for 8 hours. Mix it all in. It smells so good. I love the smell of it. It's delicious. I loved it when I first made it the other day. It was wonderful. I'm going to make some to take to work. I could give to my Jamaican co-workers to see what they think. Okay. So I'll be back later. Now we're gonna wrap it up and put it in the fridge for 8 hours. Now yesterday I started the video by marinating the chicken first, and then I decided to do the introduction today. But yesterday I marinated, and I was going to say it was going to be for 8 hours. It's been 24 hours because today I woke up and I had things to do around the house. And I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna show you now. I'm gonna preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 1 hour. I'll cover the chicken with tin foil. And then after 1 hour, I uncover the chicken and cook it for another hour. And I'll show you how to make this wonderful sauce that Daddy's Kitchen makes. I don't know which is best, the sauce or the chicken. I love them both. I made white rice. I made it the other day and I had it 3 times because I love spicy food. And I enjoyed it so much, so I want to share with you. You guys ready for this wonderful recipe? Okay, I'm going to preheat the oven, like I said before, 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Here's my chicken 24 hours later. We're going to place it on a tray with parchment paper. I'm going to lay the chicken. You smell this. It smells so great. Put the juice as well, everything in here. And pour all this goodness on top of the chicken. It'll be nice and tasty. Now after the chicken is done, what we do is the sauce that is in here, we pour it in a pot and then we'll create a wonderful sauce. Very easy to make. And then whatever sauce you have left over, you could always use it for another meal and enjoy. Yes, Mom. Like Daddy's Kitchen says, Lord of mercy, Lordy mercy, yes, Lord. Good. Look at this goodness. Cover it up. Now, they say you should not cook on top of tinfoil paper. So just use it as a cover. That's why we're using parchment paper on the bottom. Cover it up. This is going to come out. So after it comes out, after 1 hour, I'll show you what it looks like. We're going to uncover it. Continue cooking for 1 hour, 375 degrees Fahrenheit. In it goes. Still waiting. Now there's one sweet potato pie that the mom cooks in Daddy's Kitchen, and I'm gonna try that one because it looks so wonderful. The mom cooks it and she's wonderful sharing that recipe with us. It has so many ingredients and it has coconut. Coconut is one of my best fruits that I like. I love it. So I'm gonna make that one as well. Sweet potato pie. Jamaican style. Lord have mercy. Okay, an hour has gone by. Let me show you what it looks like. Look at this beauty. Oh my goodness. Look at this beauty. Now you see all this juice? This is what we're going to use for the sauce. And then we're going to put it back in here, and then we'll have the dry chicken after 1 hour of cooking, still cooking for another hour. So I'm going to pour this juice in the pot, and I'm going to make the sauce. So we're going to put the pan here on high heat. We're going to add some butter. To start off the sauce. Then we're going to pour the sauce in here. Lord mercy. It smells so good. And then this, I'll put in the oven for the next hour while we make the sauce. Show you how the chicken is. How tender. See? Let's let it dry there. It is fabulous. Okay, so I have the sauce going. To the sauce, you have to add chicken broth. But since I didn't have any, what I do is I get like 2 cups of water or 2.5 and add chicken flavor bouillon. And it works as well. I have it here. The sauce is on medium-high now. I'm going to pour this in. And you have to reduce the sauce and thicken it together with cornstarch. So the next ingredient, we're going to add some jerk barbecue sauce. This is so good. Smells amazing. And we're going to add half a tablespoon of Walker's Wood jerk seasoning. This is the mild. They buy the hot one there. I'm going to pour it like this. See? And you're going to stir. And the only way you add the thickener is when
the sauce is boiling, not when it's cold, because then it'll get lumpy. You have to mix it with water and pour it in when it's boiling. I'm going to prepare that in the meantime. So you pour 2 tablespoons of water. And half a tablespoon of cornstarch. Mix it in. You see how it's boiling? It's boiling, now it's time to pour it in. I lower it a little bit and you stir till it thickens. It smells so good. Now notice that I did not add any salt to any of this preparation because like the bouillon, the chicken flavor bouillon is salty, and some of these items come with salt added. So it's not necessary. If you try it now, it's the perfect taste. You don't need to add any salt, no more nor no less. Chicken is coming along, almost there. It's hot in here, folks, with the oven on and the stove, but I'm going to make some white rice to accompany this wonderful meal, and I'm going to show you how I learned how to make rice really quick from a Peruvian chef. I saw it in YouTube. Okay, so I have my pot here. See the sauce boiling? I have a cup of water. And I have some oil. Normally he uses lard, but I'm going to put oil because I don't have lard. Put some oil or lard. And you grab some salt. A little bit here like this in your hand. Pour it in. Then some garlic, like this. This is on medium high now, but once you add the rice, this is a cup of rice, a cup of water to a cup of rice. You add this when the water is boiling, okay? And you stir, and you're gonna cover and put it on low heat. And it'll cook by itself. You should always taste the water when you're making rice. That way you'll know if it's going to be salty or not. This one's perfect. Cover it up and put it on low, and it'll cook. Once it starts drying at the top, then you can turn it off and leave it for a little while, a few minutes. Then you stir it and remove it from the heat, because this particular pan has multiple layers of metal and it heats up very strong, so you have to be careful. Okay, second hour is up. Time to take the chicken out. My sauce is still reducing and the rice is still cooking. Look at this, folks. Look at this beautiful piece of chicken. It's dry on the outside but tender on the inside. Guys, at the same time I'm preparing this jerk chicken, It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Tomorrow we have guests, so I prepared 8 hours ago this pork shoulder, and I'm going to put it in the oven at 250 degrees Fahrenheit, covered with aluminum foil for 4.5 hours. After that, I uncover it, take the foil off, and keep it at the same temperature, 250 degrees Fahrenheit, for 2 hours and 57 minutes. And then once it's done, you see that the skin, I have to turn it upside down and clean it before I put it in there. So the skin will come out nice and crunchy. It'll be incredible. I'm making this tomorrow with white rice, black beans, and yuca. I'm Cuban, so this is our meal. If you want to see how you prepare it, you can see my channel, Chef Garcia from Hollywood, how to prepare a pork shoulder, and follow my instructions on how to cook it. I'll give you a little preview. If you want to watch my video, you have to turn it around with the skin side up and clean it, so when it starts to cook, none of the spices will burn on top of it. Then after it's really clean, you pour oil on it, or you can spray oil, and then you could pour salt on top. It doesn't matter how much salt you put, because pork is very good with the salt. It never tastes salty. So now I'm going to pour some oil, rub it in. Nice oil. The oven is at 250 degrees now. I might as well do it. It's 3 a.m. but I was going to get up at 7. I might as well do it now. Then the salt. Rub the salt. And it's ready to go in the oven after I cover it up with tinfoil wrap. Now, if you don't want to wait the full 8 hours, you could do it in 4. Some people are impatient, so you can do it in 4 hours instead. Meanwhile, the sauce has reduced to half of what it was. I had it on medium-low, stirring occasionally. You see how thick it is now? It's not that watery. Now when the coating stays on the back of the spoon, see, this is called, in French culinary, the nappe. When the sauce sticks to the back of the spoon, you see? So good you could eat it without the chicken. And the rice is also done. Let me show you the rice. See, when you see it like this, you stir it with a fork, not a spoon. It won't break. You stir it around, and then you turn it off and let it sit. Because I'm going to serve this with the chicken and the sauce. See? That was a fast way. Now you're probably saying, well, he didn't wash the rice. We usually wash the rice, but this particular chef does it this way, and that's why I did it the same way he did. That's why it's so fast, because you just throw it in there. But we do usually wash the rice 3 times. Now look at this presentation of the jerk chicken, white rice, and beautiful sauce. Now look at this presentation. Voila! Now we're gonna taste this baby. Love it. I love it. My jerk chicken from Daddy's Kitchen recipe. Guys, try this recipe, you're gonna enjoy it. It is really good. The little rice and the sauce. Hey, where you go? Oh my God. When I used to see him making this on his channel, my mouth used to water. Now it's savoring all the good flavors of Jamaican cuisine. See ya. Yeah, man. Dinner is served.